Have you ever met someone and felt an immediate connection so intense that it seemed almost supernatural? A connection so powerful that within days you found yourself imagining a future with them. Because sometimes what appears to be love is actually bondage. One of the biggest warning signs is how quickly everything moves. You barely know each other. They don't know your history, your values, or your character. They don't even know your last name. Yet somehow they are already talking about marriage, moving in together, and having children together with you. They are already discussing your future as though you've known each other for years. A few days after meeting you, they are saying things like, "I've never felt this way before. I want to spend the rest of my life with you. I want to marry you." At first, it feels romantic, but genuine love takes time. Sex with the Warlock is not your normal lovemaking. The Warlock performs sex magic on you. They swap their bad karma with your good karma each time you have sex with them. Suddenly, the Warlock starts to glow. Their life became easy, and you become miserable. You start to experience roadblocks. You lose interest in your dreams. You become depressed. After each sexual encounter with the Warlock, where they harvest your energy, you become even more drained. You feel exhausted, drained of energy. You feel used rather than loved. You feel guilty in a way that made you feel dirty after having sex with the Warlock. While the Warlock thrives due to stealing your good energy, you become a shadow of yourself because you have taken on the bad energy of the Warlock. You feel completely depleted after having sex with the Warlock. This is because the Warlock performs a sex magic ritual on you each time you have sex with them. But toxic spiritual connections often leave you carrying emotional weight that does not belong to you. The Warlock have a weird body scent. They may use body spray. They may have regular bath, but none of that can get that body scent off. Their body scent sticks to you. You have no choice but to have a bath and wash all your clothing after being close to the Warlock. God warned you about the Warlock from the start. You missed that warning from God, and that is why you ended up with the Warlock. Something inside you knew. There was a strange feeling. You convinced yourself you were overthinking. You told yourself to give them a chance. You lowered your standards. You accepted behavior you normally would not accept. You ignored the warning signs because you wanted the relationship to work. But God often speaks through discernment before he speaks through circumstances. That uneasy feeling was not random. Proverbs chapter 3 verses 5 to 6 reminds us, "Trust in the Lord with all your heart, and lean not on your own understanding. In all your ways, submit to him, and he will make your path straight. Sometimes our spirit sees danger before our eyes do. Warlocks are deep into witchcraft and spiritual manipulation. They charmed you. You lost your sense of thinking the minute you got together with them. Suddenly, everything your friends and family are telling you to stay away from this person falls on deaf ears. Deep down, you know they are not good for you, but you have become suddenly addicted to this person. You can't let go. They are not treating you nice or loving you the way you want to be loved, but you can't let go of them. You have become addicted to them like one gets addicted to a drug. You are not happy because you are not being loved the way you want to be loved. Yet you don't wish to leave the warlock. You have become so addicted to the warlock that leaving them feels like punishment. Your friends and family can see that life has been slowly draining out of you. They can tell you have lost your dream and your passion, but you can't see what they see because the warlock blinded you. The warlock charmed you so that when you look, you cannot see. You become emotionally dependent on someone who consistently hurts you. Everyone around you sees it, but you don't. You crave them. You think about them constantly. You prioritize them above everything else. Even when they mistreat you, you continue chasing their approval. Life was easy before you met the warlock. Your finances were healthy. You managed your money well. You were able to save and put some money aside. As soon as you got together with the warlock, suddenly your life became hard. You lost the will to live. Your finances started to suffer. Your money seems to disappear every month. You are no longer able to manage your money like you used to. You lost your dreams. All you think about day and night is how to please the warlock. Before you met the warlock, you had goals, ambition, peace. You had a sense of purpose. Then the warlock entered your life, and slowly everything began changing. You stopped focusing on your dreams. You stopped investing in yourself. Your finances became unstable. Your motivation disappeared. You lost interest in the things that once made you happy. You became consumed with pleasing the warlock. Every decision you made became about them. Every sacrifice came from you. You poured into them. They rarely pour into you. The love you once gave yourself became redirected entirely towards the warlock. Warlocks often become experts at selling dreams. They promise you a future that never arrives. They talk endlessly about what they are going to do for you. The house you are going to buy together. The vacations you are going to take together. The business you are going to build. The family you are going to have. The life you are going to create. Yet months and years pass, and nothing changes. Nothing materializes. The promises remain promises. The future remains in the future. And somehow you are always waiting. Future faking keeps you emotionally invested while giving you very little in the present. The Warlock continuously renew their covenant with you. They constantly want you to promise you will never leave them. Each time you make them a promise to stick with them, you renew your covenant with them without realizing it. While the Warlock starts to live your life, you will take on the energy of the Warlock. You will become a shadow of yourself. They constantly seek reassurance. They want promises, guarantees. They want you to swear you will never leave them. They want endless declarations of loyalty from you. They may even say things like, "If you leave me, I will die. I can't live without you. Promise you will never leave me." But while demanding your commitment, they avoid giving genuine commitment themselves. They keep their options open. They flirt with others. They entertain other relationships. They expect loyalty from you while offering inconsistency in return. This creates a one-sided relationship where you are carrying the emotional responsibility for both people. Before meeting them, your relationship with God was stronger. You prayed, you sought God's guidance, you trusted your discernment. Then something changed. You stopped listening. You began doubting yourself. You ignored convictions. You ignored warnings. You became more focused on the relationship than on God. The very voice that tried to protect you became the voice you started tuning out. The warning signs were there from the beginning. The discomfort, the uneasiness, the strange feeling in your spirit. God was speaking, but you chose the relationship over the warning. And many people have done exactly the same thing. Sometimes the people who love us can see danger before we do. Your friends and family noticed you are changing and have become withdrawn. They see your light fading, your confidence disappearing, and your joy diminishing. They try to warn you, but their words fall on deaf ears. Because you are emotionally attached to the warlord, you are invested, you are hoping things will improve. You keep believing the promises. Meanwhile, everyone around you is watching you slowly disappear. 2 Timothy chapter 1 verse 7 says, "For the Spirit God gave us does not make us timid, but gives us power, love, and self-discipline." God's Spirit brings clarity. Manipulation brings confusion. God brings freedom. Control brings bondage. Eventually, something happens. The illusion begins to crack. The truth starts coming out. The betrayal becomes impossible to ignore. The pain becomes too great to dismiss. The very person you were trying to hold on to becomes the reason your eyes finally open. This is often where God begins the process of deliverance, not because He wants you to suffer, but because He loves you too much to leave you trapped. The scales begin to fall from your eyes. The spell of confusion begins to break. You start seeing clearly again. You start recognizing the manipulation. You start remembering who you were before the relationship. And for the first time in a long time, you begin choosing yourself again. God sees what we cannot see. He sees how the warlock has not only drained you, but stole your energy and diverted you from the path He created for you. God will cause the warlock to put you through a pain that will finally make the scales to fall off from your eyes. And when the scale falls off from your eyes, you will realize that you have been under a spell all along. And when the scale falls off from your eyes, you will walk away from the warlock and break the covenant between you and the warlock. When God saves you and delivers you from the warlock, you will be free and free indeed. You will take your energy back. You will call back your power. And once you call your power back and start pouring the love you have been pouring into the warlock, into yourself, your intuition will return, your discernment will return, your connection to God will heighten, and you will begin to chase your dreams again. God is merciful, and God always saves His own. God will restore everything the warlock stole from you. The warlock stole your destiny, but the destiny remains yours, not theirs. You must never ignore your intuition. You must always listen to your heart, because that's God speaking to you. The beautiful thing about God is that He restores. God restores peace, confidence, dreams, identity. Your dreams will begin calling you again. Your passion will return. Your future opens up. And suddenly you realize that what felt like the end was actually the beginning. Joel chapter 2 verse 25 says, I will repay you for the years the locusts have eaten. God is a God of restoration. Nothing the enemy attempted to destroy is beyond God's ability to restore. If there is one lesson to take from this video, it is this. Never ignore your intuition. Never silence your discernment. Never dismiss that inner warning when something feels wrong. God often speaks quietly, not through fear or panic, but through discernment. That feeling in your spirit, that gentle warning, that nudge to walk away, that sense that something isn't right, pay attention to it, because God sees what we cannot see. He sees the traps we cannot see. He sees the motives and the future we cannot see. And God's desire is not to control you. His desire is to protect you. If you find yourself in a relationship that has drained your joy, stolen your peace, and disconnected you from who God created you to be. Know this: you are not trapped forever. You can walk away, recover, and rebuild. You can reconnect with God, and when God sets you free, you will be free indeed. The destiny God created for you still belongs to you. The dreams God placed inside you still belong to you. And the life God intended for you is still waiting. Listen to God's voice, trust His guidance, and never forget that God's plan for your life are greater than any deception that tries to stand in your way. Thank you for watching, and may God bless you.